I will grant that the title of this is a bit of a clickbait, but I want to describe it more as a discussion instigator, if you prefer, a discussion igniter. That's not to say I don't believe what I'm about to say, but I am not the one who determines who goes to heaven and who goes to hell. But this is my view on it. Now, in the garden, that is in the Garden of Eden, where the first man and first woman were, Adam and Eve, were created, the way my wife and I look at that is we were given everything. God said, here's everything. Everything I have, it's all yours, including my spirit. And you can live here and enjoy all of the things I've created and my spirit. Just trust me. Trust me, not yourself. That's what that tree represented. The tree of the knowledge of good and evil, taking of that, represented trusting self. There was no magical power in it. It was the decision they made. They did not attain all knowledge of good and evil. They attained the results of desiring trust in self over trust in God. That's what happened. That's why they lost the garden and they lost his spirit and they became dead to their God. They listened to the lie that says there is more than just God. It is not God and there is no other. There is God and there is you who can be like God. I'm like God. Don't you want to be like God? That's the blasphemy of the Holy Spirit. That is in essence in your spirit to say you don't really need him. You don't really need him because you're like him. And now all these thousands of years later, we have a system where people say that you got to be like Jesus. Now that's those same people who say, should I be like God the Father? Oh no, I would never try to be like God the Father. See, this is the trick that the enemy devised. He's shifty, you know. He knows how to change things around. We don't have as much of the golden idols and wood carved idols and rock carved idols and all that, but we still got idols. And the Trinity is that system of idols. It's the idol of your God is more than one person. So you can treat different people of God differently. You can try to be like one and not like the other. See what I'm saying? Be like Jesus, but they won't say be like the Father. There's the actual separation of God from God. There's the decision on the believer's part to say that God isn't God. When you take your God and you say that this one is this and that one is that, you have created more than one God through your action of what you decide to believe that God is what you say he is. You're blaspheming the Holy Spirit. You are. That's why I say most people who are calling themselves Christians are going to hell. From what I can tell. Of course, God has a lot more mercy than me. But they are treating God the same way the pagans treated Balaam and Moloch. Was it Moloch? All those gods. They're different gods for different reasons and different purposes. Jesus is one God for one of your purposes. God the Father is another one. The Holy Spirit, every so often, you might even include him. You're very respectable of all your God, people, persons, ones, guys. Don't do that. That's contempt for God. That's hate for God. And that's the death of you. That's your destruction. There's no way you can love God, let alone know him in any way, when you treat him like that.